Hello everybody, my name is Berghmans and today we are going to discuss the importance of ethics in the business succession planning of family firms. When we talk about business succession planning, we usually start with discussing tax laws, valuations or legal contracts. However, when things fail, it is most often caused by a failure of trust within this family firm. Moral clarity, which is the ability to recognize ethical principles and confidently distinguish right from wrong, is of crucial importance in keeping and building trust within these family firms. The real golden thread here, or at least one of the golden threads, that hold everything together in the succession process is thus ethics. In this context, we will define ethics as the set of principles and values that guide how we treat people and make decisions when things get complicated or emotionally charged. Now, you may wonder, why should we be interested in acting ethically during a business succession process? Well, acting ethically is obviously a duty we have as members of society, regardless of any other advantage or disadvantage it may cause to us. But it also happens to be a great business strategy. Ethical planning protects the business value by avoiding those messy, expensive lawsuits that happen when people feel cheated. But it also helps in maintaining, for example, the confidence of lenders, investors, suppliers, clients, and employees of the family firm because they see a stable, transparent, and ethical company in place. Where then does ethics matter in the context of business succession? Ethics should not be regarded as merely another box to tick on a checklist. Rather, it is woven throughout the entire succession process. Ethical considerations are embedded in legal structuring, financial transfers, leadership transitions, family relationships, and many other aspects of succession planning. Because succession involves the transfer of power, the redistribution of wealth, and often profound changes in personal and professional identities, ethics plays a central role at every stage. Ignoring its importance can lead to significant conflicts, undermine trust, and jeopardize the long-term success of both the business and the family involved. Now, ethics is not only present in most aspects of the business succession, it also touches every stage of succession. Before the transition, ethics and ethical rules build the trust needed for open communication. During the transition, it will give us a framework to pick successors when the legal rules don't tell us enough. And afterwards, ethics and ethical rules ensure the new leadership is actually accepted by the employees and the family firm. In the early stages, before the transition even begins, ethics is all about setting the stage. It's here that we establish trust and credibility through transparency and open communication. By setting clear ethical standards and values early on, we reduce the risk of people feeling like there are hidden agendas or that they are being manipulated, which is often where the biggest family blow-ups start. As we move into the transition, ethics becomes our guide for the tough stuff, like selecting and evaluating successors. This is where technical rules often fail us. When a father has to choose between two children or a loyal manager and a family member, law and finance will not provide us the answers. Ethics will. It provides a framework for resolving these dilemmas and balancing the competing interests of everyone at the table. But it will also help us in delivering difficult messages to the parties involved. Finally, after the succession is technically done, the ethical choices made earlier determine whether the new leader is actually accepted. If the process felt rigged or unfair, you'll see disengagement and conflict within the family firm. But if it was handled with integrity, you get legitimacy. This is what supports the long-term continuity of the business and ensures that family relationships stay intact for the next generation. We can therefore conclude that ethics should be viewed as an integral part of business succession planning, and this in three distinct ways. First, as a preventive mechanism that helps to avoid crisis. Second, as an enabling framework for making difficult decisions. And third, as a sustaining force that secures legitimacy and trust throughout the process. As a business succession planner, it will be your responsibility to ensure that this ethical foundation serves as a guiding thread woven throughout every stage of the succession journey. I would like to conclude by thanking you for your attention, and I hope that after you have watched this video that you are convinced of the crucial role that ethics plays in achieving a successful, responsible, and sustainable business succession process.